Good morning, dear teacher and classmates. My name is Mayra Loja. In this video, I am going to detail and explain three strategies that are very useful in order to improve summarizing skills. We are going to start with the first strategy that is called somebody wanted, but so and then. Basically, in this strategy is going to help the students and how to recall the plot of a story or event in a short sentences. It's very important to mention in the part is depending the complexity of the reading, the students can obtain a 5 sentence, 10 sentence, 20 sentence, depending the complexity of this reading. And also it's very essential and very useful this strategy because thanks to this the students are going to identify main ideas, recognize cause and effect relationships, identify differences between characters, because as we know in all the readings we have a specific people for a specific situation, a specific people do these certain activities or those, and this strategy is very useful to identify these small details and also explore points of view. In other words, it is a summary of a brief overview of the story as a whole, as a general idea. To develop to develop or carry out this strategy, we need to find 5 moments or five details that are somebody. Somebody is the main character, is the main person the story is going to talk about or situation. Wanted. In this case, we are going to discover that people or that person wants a specific thing. And but in this part, we are going to identify what is the problem that people is facing, and we have later. So in this part, we are going to find what is the solution, what is the idea that these people want to do. And then in this last situation, we are going to find when that people find a problem, identifying all the situation, what was the last result. I'm going to explain this with a little example. As you can see here, I'm not going to read all this for the time, but basically this is the example. This is the small reading because this is for beginners, and I'm going to immediately to explain how we need to develop this. Somebody in this reading, the main character is Jack. What he wanted to lose some teeth, but he didn't have any loose teeth, so he wiggled his teeth every day, and then finally he found a lost tooth. How we are going to develop this information in order to have a summary? The thing that we need to do is basically join all these sentences, all this information, and the example will be like that. Jack wanted to lose some teeth, but the time passed and he didn't have any loose teeth. So he wiggled his teeth every day. Then he found a lost teeth. As you can see, we have a summary regarding this main reading. The next strategy is the second strategy is called paragraph summary. A summary is a short retelling of a longer reading passages contain the most important ideas of the main author. Summarizing helps to improve two sides, reading and writing aspect or skills. To summarize, is very important that you read a passage carefully and closely in order to obtain the main ideas and supporting details, because this is very important in order to improve this activity or carry out this activity in a correct way. These are the steps that we need to follow. The first step is read the text for its main points, read carefully and make a descriptive outline. Step 3, write out of the text thesis or main point. 4th step is identify the text major division or chunks. 5, try summarize each part in 1 or 2 sentences. And step 6, now combine your summaries of the parts into a coherent paragraph. I follow all these steps. I follow all these steps to develop this activity. So if you want to, teacher, if you want to review my example, for the time I can read all this information, but you can do pause and review and compare that my paragraph, my summary with the original are not the same, but they have a main idea. They share the main idea, and for this strategy, it's very important to follow these steps. Now, we are going to continue with the strategy number 3, that is carousel brainstorming. This activity is very entertainment and is very fun for the students because they are going to have a more space in order to express their ideas or their thoughts. Basically, carousel brainstorming is a cooperative learning activity focused around the movement because they are going to have conversation and reflection that in all these situations, the students are going to discuss the background knowledge or in order to study a new topic. Basically, in this situation, for this strategy, the classroom are going to be a big part of this because in each part of the walls, the teacher is going to paste a big paper, and the students need to write all the answers, and I'm going to explain this with an example. As you can see, the students are going to route around the classroom in small groups, and they are going to have a specific time in order to answer the question. For example, for this strategy, I choose this example about the power of the sun. The power of the sun. Basically, the students need to move around all the class, writing their answers. They need to answer each of these questions, but as we can see here, all the students are moving all the time. All the time the students are moving, and at the end of this activity, the students can combine all these ideas as a general, and they can extract the more important ideas and create a new paragraph. Also, teacher, these are the references that I use in order to create this presentation. I hope you enjoy this and this small presentation, and that will be all, the teacher.